All right, so I just had my homeschool review, and I wanted to go through and share how that went. So this is the binder that I use. This is how thick it is. My daughter is in the third grade, and this is the work that we've done thus far. We are, I guess you could say, like halfway through the school year. Um, Over here, I just have her thing for her acro dance. What she had is she had private acro dance lessons, so that was one of her physical activities. So I wanted to take that to be able to show them. I also took footage of her gymnastics and her volleyball and swim, so that they could see that she's been in other activities. All right, let me just, oh, sorry, there we go. Okay, so anatomy is one of the things, and you'll see that I have a lot of subjects in here that are not required, but what the reviewer did do was add them to other subjects, or if they fell under, something. Like, for instance, this is the anatomy that we did. As you can see, it's a lot of coloring. So this is something that she was also able to use under art. We really enjoyed this book. I'm going to leave a description of the book below when we're done. I appreciated this because it allowed her to get the basics of the body and to see how the body works like a machine, and to even to begin to understand how small the nerves and the cells are, and to understand what DNA is and what it looks like. So this was very helpful, and we liked it. So let's go past that. Then here I have my language arts. In this section, I did a lot of reading and comprehension. I just used master skills reading comprehension for third grade, and I'll also have that in the link. This just made sure that she understood what she was reading, and I really appreciated that. Little short stories, and they are actually factual, so she learned something each time. We are using spelling power, and I do love spelling power. So far, so good. This was one of her little master spelling tests. We did a review. It was pretty good, but I just had her write the words, and we also used a board as well. But I would just do 5 words a week, nothing big. Let her do the sentences for each one, and then we would do a spelling test, sometimes on the board, sometimes on paper. The next thing I have in here is cursive. She's starting to kind of do cursive on her own some, but right here I just had her write a few of the states and their capitals in cursive. We have some copy work in cursive. She's my cameraman right now, my camera girl.
Hi.
So that's why the camera keeps falling, but we're going to get through this. So this is the copy work that she did. And I try to either do quotes or do something that she needs encouragement or motivation in. For instance, this one says, did you know that Olani can do a cartwheel? This is what she enjoys: gymnastics and acro dance. She also gets plenty of exercise with swimming, volleyball, and tennis. So this was just to encourage her when she was trying to learn how to do a cartwheel. So I put it in her cursive, almost like a little bit of a affirmation or something for the subconscious mind. Right here we're getting into the math. We're using gamma. With math, you see the gamma is the multiplication. Gotta be still, sweetie. I like this, but I wish that there was more reviews so that they don't forget what they've already done, like with time and measurement and just basic addition and subtraction. I wish there was a little bit more than that. This is just all pretty much multiplication. I do like the way that it works though, and I will continue to use it for what we do next. Right there, stay right there. But yeah, we've gotten through that. We're more than halfway through the book, so I'm getting ready to order the next level, which is division. And we're going to go ahead on and start that. She's a little nervous about it, but I told her, you were nervous even before when we started multiplication. So that's just the way it goes when it's something new. And we'll continue to work through the remainder, the last, it's like maybe 1/4 of the book left. We will work through that for the multiplication as we enter into the division. So she'll have both. This is her writing section. So she read, we started, she also writes in cursive sometime when she's doing this. She did James and the Giant Peach. We started that book, we read it together. Then she did Matilda. She read that on her own. And now she's doing The Big Friendly Giant. So I either have her do like a little write-up of like 3 or 4 sentences about each chapter. Or she will do, and then at the end she'll do a write-up about what the book was about. Like right here, she talks about the book, what it was about, how she enjoyed it. Nothing too much because she's just starting to write, and this was kind of hard for her. It took her a minute, but we got it done. So this is the beginning of our really getting into writing. All right, so that's just more writing from the books. Then going into grammar. So we are still using our Abeka curriculum here. This was the Abeka, I don't remember the name of it right now, but I will definitely put it in the link below. This is actually the 2nd grade level that we didn't finish. You got to keep it on the page, honey. Stop moving. Stay right there. That we didn't finish, but I absolutely love it because it breaks down things like when to use a, when to use and. Remember these things? I hadn't seen this in years. Whether you should capitalize, if it's misspelled, delete, insert, lowercase. So I thought that was great. I didn't even know they were still using that. But adjectives, I like the way that it reminds her of what it is, what she's working on by telling her the definition again of the word or of what she's looking for. Antonyms. This part was a lot about. Yeah, so we're still on that. We're not done with the book yet. We're still working through it, and it's just like repeat work. So I just feel like they're really drilling it in. Past tense. That was us learning about past tense and what that is. But I love this and how they break it down. Okay. All right. And so now, as you can see, we've done a lot of it. Nouns, pronouns, verbs, all of that I found in there, and I love the way they broke it down. Then this is logic. We did logic. This was cool, and this is one area where the homeschool reviewer made a few suggestions. The logic, this was kind of hard. Some of the things I even found myself like struggling trying to figure out, but nevertheless I really enjoyed it. This was primarily logic, and it's printed by Perfect Press Ink, and I'll put that in the link below also. But she recommended that we begin to do some other things with words, like going over things like it escapes me right now what they're called, but I'll put the new book in the link below also. Pretty much like it's raining cats and dogs, like looking for a needle in a haystack, and I can't remember what they're called right now, but let me just keep going. So the next thing was earth science. Really loved earth science. We used a 3rd grade earth science book, and we are still using it. We're not done. It's actually for 3rd and 4th grade, but it gave some good information on fossils, water cycles, our trash, what do we do with it, things about pollution. So that was really good. I also used some of my kids' discovery books that I ordered. She loved this. This was a magazine on the Sun. It was just a fun read and like some great information. So I try to throw something different in there sometimes to break it up.
What about my sheet I wrote on?
Don't worry about it. So this is Spanish. There's no paper in this section because we've only been doing Rosetta Stone. We haven't gotten to anything on paper yet. I'm going to hold off on that for a while. And there's nothing in the typing section because we haven't gotten to that either. I feel like we need a little bit more time on penmanship and cursive. This is our art section.
Unfold that page because
we worked with watercolor, which she enjoyed. And I just got a long sheet of paper and poked some holes in it so that I could show it to the reviewer. These were some flowers we did with watercolor. More watercolor. I see your name up there. And then for this is just like a little fun activity. I took some papers out of National Geographic that talked about, that focused on like one thing. Like this, for instance, it's about the importance of saving the forest. So I had her to read that and then to draw me a picture of what she read. Same thing here. This was about, oh, not that one. This one right here was about...
Put it upside down.
I know. It's okay. I'm sorry. This was about girls and their cycles around the world. And, oh, I don't know what just happened. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that brightness. I don't know what just happened. But anyway, this was about girls and their cycles around the world. And how hard it is for them to get what they need. Something that you would think would come so easy and that everyone had access to. So she had to draw a picture for that. This was a picture also about reducing plastic around the world and how it's affecting the ocean. All these pictures came from Nat Geo. So real life things. This is about purifying water and how important it is and how they're able to do that with this little packet, how it helps. So that's pretty much it. And this is a picture that she drew here. This is one of her first things she did this year. So that is pretty much what we had. For some people this seems like a lot, but it's really not a lot when you're doing something every day and you're keeping track of all your papers. So our review went very well. And anything that they didn't necessarily have a category for, they were able to add more to one of the categories that they had, because it's almost like, oh, okay, so she was doing something with reading comprehension. I'll just add that under, with the language arts, and I'll add, something else, the extra things, what was that, anatomy with the art. So it worked out very well and the review went very well. Now what I'm going to do is take a piece of colored paper and put at the top of each section so that I can begin my next section, so that I'll know for my next review where we stopped. But I will continue to use this same binder for the whole school year so that I can capture everything, so that I can look back when I'm homeschooling my younger children and see what I did, what I liked, what I didn't like, but also so that I'll have all the whole school year in one binder. But yep, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I forgot about this. This is our social studies book. We're doing the Pearson My World Studies, and I like it. Just the basics of pretty much local government, citizens, laws, government leaders, all the things that you need to know living in the country. The difference between needs and wants, good choices, service workers. So I like this. It's working out well. And she appreciates it too, and she can actually understand it and learn from it.